Want a balloon, Sonny? Here's a nice one. Ready, balloon?
No thank you. But do you have one in maroon? Hello everyone, and welcome to the Maroon Mercenary's review. Coincidentally, it is October, and it is my 7th episode. So to combine the two, I decided this review is going to be on The Seventh Guest. The Seventh Guest was developed by Trilobite Games. This game is known as an interactive drama, which I see it as a fancy way of saying first-person point-and-click adventure. You play as Ego, a mysterious person trying to figure out what happened in the mansion. To best explain this without spoiling too much, allow me to recite a poem.
Old Man Stoff built a house and filled it with his toys. 6 guests were invited one night, their screams the only noise. Blood in the library, blood right up the hall. Dripping down the attic stairs, hey guests, try not to fall. Nobody came out that night, not one was ever seen. But Old Man Stoff is waiting there. Crazy, sick, and mean.
I know this does sound rather vague yet, but there was a man named Henry Stoff who earned his fortune by making toys. As time moved on, he invited 6 guests into his home to spend the night figuring out puzzles and riddles to know why they are truly there. If they figure out that task and accomplish it, they are promised to whatever that individual desires. It is hard for me to continue explaining how I feel with this story without explaining the gameplay, because it is very intertwined with each other. To play the game, you move around the mansion and look for clues. Some come in cutscenes that automatically appear if you discover the icon for it, and on occasion, they play something more for the sake of a good haunt. Other times, you need to unlock them by solving puzzles the guests had to. Once upon a time, these puzzles were extremely difficult for me to solve. Now with multiple playthroughs and the memories of when I would look up the solutions, I can breeze through these puzzles with ease. Well, all but one puzzle. It is actually a 2-player game between you and the computer. As far as the story goes, you are actually playing against Stoff himself, and it seems like he had a lot of time to practice. This is known as the microscope puzzle. Even to this day, I cannot beat that puzzle legitimately. I can only complete it by a hidden method of them letting you skip the puzzle altogether. To return to the intermesh gameplay and story, the unlocked cutscenes are more of the important parts of what happened to the mansion. You can pick and choose whatever rooms and puzzles you want to deal with, as long as the house allows you to. Because of this, the unlocked cutscenes are not in order. I feel like I'm watching a certain Quentin Tarantino film. Everything is jumbled around where figuring out the story is like a puzzle in itself. However, I will assure you that it is one of the easiest puzzles to solve once you have all the information. The graphics are outdated in today's standards, even with the remastered version sold on the tablet. The 3D graphics are acceptable enough for me to give it a pass, but the live action visuals... I couldn't even do such a bad job if I tried. Trust me on that. Speaking of live action, the acting isn't the worst. In fact, I feel that it does have a cliché William Shatner kind of ham to it. I didn't notice any great acting from anyone in particular, with the exception of the man who played Henry Stoff. Even better, I didn't notice any bad acting.
Strange paintings. Sick.
Well, other than that, I didn't notice any bad acting. The audio really brings immersion to the game. The sound effects tend to be overshadowed by the music of the game when there is music around, but it more complements the music than trying to listen to everything clashing against one another. And the music itself, the quality isn't the best by today's standards, but I could drown myself in the music as long as it would let me. It just blends so well with the atmosphere. The best encounter with music is in the dungeon maze. It gives tension to the player inside said maze. Personally speaking, I still dread being there. From the music roaming around the maze, the song that plays when you meet a dead end, even the
Feeling lonely.
brings fear to me each and every time. So overall, there is a question needed to be answered about this game. Does it scare? Well, honestly, I don't know. In my youth, I was terrified with this game. It definitely was not an alone in the dark game for me. Now, I don't know because I do notice the campiness the game has to offer, and a personal desensitization playing this game multiple times. If you played this game already, please mention this in the comments below. If you haven't played it yet, then you have two options to play this that I know of. You can find this via Steam on your computer, or you can find it on your tablet. At least in the Google Store. As much as I like the fact that you get the sequel to this game on Steam, I recommend getting this on your tablet. There is less work trying to get the game functioning while on the tablet. And sure, you don't get the 11th hour with it, but you do get bonus features from the 7th guest, including a copy of the book to read. I haven't completed it yet, but it is a good read so far. But don't take my word for it. Da-da-da. As my final note, I recommend playing the 7th guest, either on Steam or your tablet. If you can, get the tablet version instead, but either way you should play this game. Then afterwards, leave a comment if it scared you or not. This is the Maroon Mercenary, and as much as I love this game, fuck the microscope puzzle. Hey, look at that! You made it to the end of my video. As a reward, I'll lend you a pro tip for the game. There is a rug on the floor in the bedroom that is actually a map of the dungeon maze. Before you proceed to the maze, you should take a picture of the rug and use that to navigate. If you like my video, then please leave a like for me. If you appreciated the pro tip or would like to support my channel other than watching this video, then please subscribe to my channel. While you're at it, then click on the notifications bell to stay updated. Also, today is a double feature to celebrate another occasion. So if you are old enough, or God forbid if your guardian allows you to, click here to watch my video on a Leisure Suit Larry game. Hope to see you next time.